testing them, testing sound. We're good to go for sound. Fuck's my audio. Alright, that should sound good now. The audio. We got fucking Sparky in the chat. I'm gonna call the messenger chat as well. You should be able to hear me, I'm just not saying anything. Hey, we're getting suited up. How are we, gentlemen? Just we'll wait for everyone to jump in here. This call's gonna get a bit carnage if we're all yapping, but yeah, there's gonna be a delay, to be fair. Yeah, maybe just you guys can do the call separately. I'll leave the call. If you guys can stay in the call and watch it together, because it's alright. Alright, I don't even know who Sparky is in the chat, but it's all happening in Clark's Beach. It's very easy how this is gonna work, to be fair, if you can't already figure it out. I've got 3 random wheels. First one, it'll be, we draw the name, so whoever comes up, that's whose teams it's going to be for. Then we've got all the pot 1 teams, which is the top 16. You're going to get 1 of those, and then you get 2 from this one. We'll do these first, so yeah, it'll be simple. Just message me on the messenger when you want me to start. And yeah, we'll draw a name. I'll put it in the spreadsheet. You get 2 teams from here, and then you will get your 1 team from here. Very simple. So yeah. Someone just let me know once everyone's in, and then we'll get this cracking. All right, let's rip into it. Good luck, everyone, and thank you all for getting involved. So, first out, whose teams are we drawing first? I don't know if you want to go first. We will be in for Rama. All right, so Ram, we take his name out, of course. This is big. Every team's still in the cards. So this one probably doesn't mean so much. There's some half decent teams in here, But you get 2 of these, so we'll spin it twice. And we'll see who Ram gets. Off the bat, anyone's on the table. Could be New Zealand, not quite going to make it. Austria's probably not a bad pull, to be fair. Not a bad first pull for Ram there. Take Austria out. So Ram, first team is Austria. They obviously get removed from here. And we'll rip it again. I'll try to get through this reasonably quickly, to be fair, because this could take a while with how many teams there are. Looking like we're going to get South Africa. Don't know if you really want them, but it could be worse, that's for sure. Alright, and now for the big one, Ram. There's some stinkers in here, I'm not going to lie. USA, Mexico, Morocco, Senegal. There's some big hitters. Could be a big one going early. Could be Argentina. Oh, and he's going to be happy with that. He sneaks in Argentina. Thought it was going to creep over to Mexico. That is actually huge. Congratulations, Ram. You have got a very, very solid pot 1 team there. I'm sure you'll be happy with that. The Messi fanboy he is. Alright. We're just going to keep it rolling. Next person. We're gonna be Nitesh. I hope he's joined the call by now, because we are ripping his team. So Nitesh. Pot 2 teams, let's get into it. We will be going, is that Panama? Looking like it. Panama, probably one of the worst teams in the tournament, to be honest. Yeah, they only qualified through the North American region quite comfortably, because obviously USA, Canada and Mexico didn't have to play. And then we will see, could be Paraguay, who I believe are the lowest ranked team in the whole World Cup. They're actually lower ranked than New Zealand somehow. So that's good for you, Nitesh. And this is the main one, of course. Pot 1 team. Let's see USA. Could be. Is it going to get to England? I'll be honest, that is a rough run for Nitesh there, getting Morocco. Semi-finalists in the last World Cup. Will they repeat that again? Probably not likely. But the game's the game, so we move on. Next up, we will be having Hamza. Hamza's next up. Not sure if he's in the call, but we'll see what we can get for Hamza. Still plenty of teams to choose from. Ivory Coast, not bad. Got a decent goal against France today. I don't think that's a bad team. They've got some promise. And we will run that back again. And that's going to be Scotland. Probably one of the better ones, to be fair. You got Prime McTominay these days, so I don't think that's a bad pull. Not too shabby so far. Now for the big boy. See what we can get. Oh, that's landing in a very good area. Just goes past Spain and Portugal. Probably would have preferred one of those two, but Germany, not bad. Not bad. Pop that in there. Alright, on to the next one. Let's keep it moving. And Darman. Darman's going to be next in. Let's see what we can get here. Could be, no, not New Zealand. Japan. Japan's probably, I think that's probably one of the best teams you can get in this pot too. Very, very decent side. Darman. And then one more from pot 2. Looking like Haiti. Strong performance against the All Whites. Maybe a little underdog story. You never know. You never know. And then our pot 1 team for Darman. Some of the heavy hitters already gone, but that is not going to be one of the heavy hitters. That will be Senegal. My man Iliman Ndiaye. Maybe carrying him to a World Cup. Probably not. Right, not too bad for Darman there. Probably wanted a better pot 1 team, but his pot 2 teams weren't too shabby. And Looks like it's going to be Caleb, Mr. Pahina. And next. Yeah, we're looking at Qatar here. Probably, again, one of the weaker teams. Not really what you want, but a lot of these teams are shit. How many teams they've got these days? 48 teams in the World Cup. Probably too many. Go for one more. Could be Ecuador, another one of the stronger selections, I'd say. Pretty decent side all round. Moises Caicedo, as a Chelsea fan, he's probably happy with that. Wouldn't be surprised if they do make a decent little run in the World Cup. And we'll go for the pot 1 team. Still got Spain, Portugal, and France up for grabs. That's going to be Belgium. Probably would have been happy with that 8 years ago. Maybe not so much now. Fall from grace. The prime Belgium as well will be behind us at this point. So yeah, quick look. We still got England, France, Portugal, and Spain up for grabs, as well as Brazil. A lot of the heavy hitters still to go. So plenty of opportunity to get a big team at this point. That's going to stay on Hubber. Just about. Hubber's in next. Top 2 teams. We'll keep these spinning. And it's going to be Egypt. Not too shabby. You've got a washed up Mo Salah, but you know, definitely could be worse. Definitely could be worse. And then just going to get over to Switzerland. Probably not a bad team to get. They usually get out of the groups, so not a bad pull there either for Mr. Hubber. And then the big one. Will we see one of the favourites go? Potentially. Nice spelling from me, but Prostia, or Croatia. Again, probably a bit past their prime at this point, but it is what it is. Right, is that... I feel like this is... Are we halfway through? Probably not yet, actually. And Jimmy Naylor, next in. He did ask for all of France, Spain, and Portugal. Don't think I'll be able to provide, but we'll keep it running. Looking like Tunisia. Indeed it is. Go for one more. Don't really have much to say about Tunisia. And it's just gonna be just in Iran. Just about. He's probably not gonna be happy about that. I won't say why. We'll go for his big team here. See if we can get him one of the big ones. Hopefully not. But it is looking like he is gonna have got France. That might be the one that most people were looking for between France and Spain. I think he's going to be happy with that. That's a big one to go. And up next, Fraser coming in next. See what we can get for Fraser. New Zealand still on the cards here. Could potentially get that. Gonna be Ghana. So I got Semenyo, a couple of decent players in there. Maybe got potential to make a little run. Run it back like in 2010, you never know. And Saudi Arabia. And then for the big team, still some of the favourites in the mix, which it looks like he is going to get. Going to be Portugal. Will Ronaldo get his World Cup? We will have to see. Not a bad selection there for Fraser. He's done okay. So we must be halfway through there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, half gone. England, Brazil, Netherlands, Spain. Still a decent amount of good teams going. So we'll keep it moving. And it's going to be me. Let's see if I can rig it for myself. Would be nice. Fingers crossed I can get something half decent here. Last World Cup when we did a sweepstake, I got absolutely screwed and had two of the worst teams. And it looks like we might be doing that again. I think DR Congo is probably better than Curacao, but still not really what you want. Not sure what I mean. Maybe Norway at this point wouldn't be too bad. And it's going to be Uzbekistan. I think Kusanov is the only player I could ever name from Uzbekistan, so absolutely thrilled with that. Hopefully a big nation here, otherwise I am ready to give up. Yep. Okay. Well, my boy Hummers, even though he's definitely should be retired at this point, I can at least cheer for him. I think I can comfortably say my $20 gone down the drain. Alright, and then to follow it up, my old man, Lance. Let's see what we can do for him. Late entry. He's just happy to be here. He's not going to be happy if I give him some shit teams, to be fair, so I am hoping for the best at this point. Turkey. I feel like people always talk about Turkey as a little dark horse for the tournament, and then they never really do anything. We'll see what happens with Turkey. And just going to leave it on the screen for a moment in case anyone wasn't sure or was joining late what teams they may have got or other people have got. But I do want to keep it moving, to be honest. We'll go one more for pot 2 for the old man. Turkey, not a bad first pull. And it's going to be Jordan. It is going to be Jordan. That's alright. And then for the pot 1 team. Ooh, is he gonna? He's gonna get Spain. That is the other big favourite, I would say. Lamine Yamal's first World Cup. Everyone else that's yet to draw a team is absolutely fuming. So who have we still got to go at? We got Aaron, Armin, Luca, Maya, Simon, and Ty. Probably looking for England and Brazil at this point. Anything else, it's not looking good. We're going to be drawing Luca. See what we can get for Luca at this point. Should probably just check the chat, make sure everyone's. Also, if anyone's not in the call, I hope you're reporting into the group chat of who they were getting. So we get Canada for Luca. That would be much appreciated, anyone doing that. I just wanted to keep this going as quick as possible. Because it actually does take a lot longer, almost at like 20 minutes at this point already. And maybe stays on check. Just on check. That's two pretty strong pot 2 teams, to be honest. Not too bad for Luca. And still Mexico and USA up for grabs here. No one wanting to take them at this point. Also Uruguay. Not a bad squad on paper, but they're probably a bit past their prime. And it will be Uruguay for Luca. That rounds his selection off. Just 5 to go. Not too many left. Just about know what you're going to end up with. And we're going to be picking for Aaron next. So let's go straight into it. Still got Sweden in there. Can't remember who else. Norway, decent team. Going to be Cape Verde. South Korea probably also not a bad shout. Algeria. New Zealand and Australia still as well in there. And Aaron and one more. And he is going to get Norway. Odegaard, Erling Haaland, Sorloth. Got potential to make a little run. So I don't think he'll be too mad about that. And then this is big. We're looking at a 50-50 here. Gonna be England or Brazil. He is gonna get England. Is it coming home? Maybe. Aaron will be hoping so. That will be England on that off. Just 4 to go. Not long left, lads. See who we have. And it's going to be Armin. Armin Baines. He will be, at this point, hoping for a Brazil pull, I would imagine. we'll get these pot 2 ones out the way. South Korea, probably not a bad one. Heung-min Son in his last World Cup for sure. Never know. You never know, they could make a run. And we'll go one more. And it's going to be New Zealand or Australia, and we'll take over to Australia. Had a decent showing at the last World Cup. Got out of their group and then put up a really good game against Argentina, who went on to win it. So, got potential there. Now, looking for Brazil, and you're probably Netherlands you wouldn't be too mad about. But USA is probably not what you want to be looking at. Someone had to take him. Fortunately for you, Armin, it will be you taking USA. So just 3 to go. Maya, Ty, and Simon. Obviously, the last person will know automatically what they're getting. So we'll be drawing for Simon. So we'll go straight into it. Still a couple decent teams here. There's a decent prize pot for the pot 2 teams. Bosnia is probably one of the better ones still on the board. I'll pop that in there for Simon. Draw one more. Still New Zealand, waiting to be taken. The All Whites. No one wants them. And it looks like Simon's going to take Algeria here. One of the better African nations as well. So 2 teams that you never know what could happen there. Now all you're hoping here is to avoid Mexico, really. But then again, someone's got to have them. Unfortunately, Simon, you will be taking Mexico. So that does mean for Maya and Ty, one of them will be taking Brazil, the other will take the Netherlands. So they can be reasonably happy with that, I would say. So we'll quickly decide who we draw for. Obviously, what doesn't get selected will go to the other. So these will be the teams for Ty. Whatever doesn't get chosen, Maya, you will have those. So Ty, this will be your 2 teams. And he is going to be the one to take the All Whites. Representing New Zealand. We love to see that. And then final one, the pot 2. And should stay at Curacao there. So that does mean Maya has got Sweden and Iraq. Sweden probably decent chance if Isak and Gyökeres can do something. Pop Curacao in there for Ty. Sweden for Maya. And then the 50-50. The team that this lands on, that will be yours, Ty. He'll be hoping for Brazil, I would imagine. But both of these teams, not too bad. And we're just going to tick over. So Ty will be taking the Netherlands. And Maya, that leaves you with Brazil. And that concludes things. Hopefully I wrap that up reasonably quickly for everyone. Not take up too much time. Thank you again, everyone, for getting involved. I'll leave it on the screen for a moment so you guys can... If someone can grab a screenshot... Actually, I can probably grab a screenshot. But, yeah. Thank you, everyone, and good luck. The pot 2 team is the best performing, gets the $100, and then $220 goes to the champion. We kind of assume that'll be a pot 1 team, but of course, if your pot 2 team wins the World Cup somehow, you then would get the whole lot. Yeah, I'll pop this in the group chat, and we'll call it there. Thank you everyone.